what I told everybody, that same set of functions are available for every class which implements an interface. That's the advantage. Another advantage of interface. Okay, let's look at another advantage. I'll make a new project named as J3, and I'll add the jar files of Selenium to this project. So I've added the jar file of Selenium in this project, and what I'll do is inside the source folder, I'll make a new class named as say, what I'll do is, let's copy the phone, Nokia phone, these two classes out here. We can simply copy and paste files inside Eclipse in the folders, right? You can do that. Okay, now in your phone.java, we made these two functions in the interface, and Nokia phone.java is a class which implements the interface. Okay, now suppose I make a new class. I'll just name it as say test.java. Okay, now you create the object of. No, I'm not copying the Samsung phone. Okay, I'm just copying the Nokia phone. Right. We make the object of Nokia phone class. Why have I made main function in this file? Because I want to execute this file. Okay, new Nokia phone. Now with the help of this object, I can call all the functions of the Nokia phone class. These are the two functions, right? If I run this, Nokia calling and Nokia text will come. Now suppose Nokia says that I have an addition feature. Say a record voice, something like this. Okay, I'm not copying Samsung phone, right? So suppose this is a custom function. This function is not coming from the phone interface. Okay, this function is not coming from the phone interface. This function is a custom function. Alright, now I can write inside it Nokia recording. From my test.java, I can also call my custom function by creating the object. Okay, fine. Now there is a second way, which is sometimes a little confusing for many people. Okay, what you do is that you write like this: phone p equals to new Nokia phone. So it's a little different. Out here I had written Nokia phone equals to Nokia phone. Out here I had written phone p equals to new phone. What I am doing is I am writing interface reference R equals to new class which is implementing the interface, right? That's what I'm doing. This is the interface. Okay, interface reference equals to new class which is implementing the interface. How is this line different from this? Alright, how are these two lines different? The thing is, if I write like this, I can, with the help of P, I can call the functions which are from the phone interface and implemented in Nokia phone, not the custom ones. I can call p.call, I can call p.text, right? But if I go and write p.record voice, this will throw an error. This won't work. Okay, this will never work. So if you are writing interface reference equals to new class, you cannot call the custom functions. But there is an added advantage. Okay, there is an added advantage. The advantage is, yesterday I had made this file Selenium Basics, right, in which I had executed my script on multiple browsers, Firefox, Chrome and I. Suppose I copy this file and paste it in the source folder. Okay, now if I run this Selenium Basics file like this, all the three browsers will open. Okay, now suppose I'm making a script and there is an Excel file from which I am reading the browser type. We'll see how to read the Excel files later on. But suppose there is an Excel file from which I am reading the browser type, that is the type of browser on which I'll be testing on, whether it is Chrome, Mozilla and all. And I want my code to act accordingly and open that particular browser. If the browser type, suppose I'll make a variable over here, string browser type equals to, right now I am hard coding the value, but later on I'll put this browser type, I'll read this from an Excel file. Okay, you want that just by changing the name of the browser in the Excel file, right? The corresponding browser should open up in the code. If in the Excel file I have written Mozilla, then only Mozilla should open. If I have written Chrome, then only Chrome should open. But right now this code will open all the three browsers because all the three drivers are getting initiated. Right? So to open up a particular browser, what should we do? This concept which I just explained you, the interface name equals to new class which is implementing the interface, this comes into the play. Okay, what I can do is, instead of writing this line Firefox driver f equals to new Firefox driver, you can write also like this, WebDriver f equals to new Firefox driver. Yeah, you can do it like this, right? Okay, similarly, instead of writing Chrome driver c equals to new Chrome driver, you can write like this, and iDriver equals to new iDriver, you can write like this. Okay, right? So what I'll do initially is that I'll say that WebDriver, I'll create a reference WebDriver D, or generally we call it driver, equals to null. When I say WebDriver driver equals to null, what do I mean? Practically I mean the WebDriver driver reference is not pointing towards any object. It's just hanging in the memory. Okay, we can dynamically make it point to a particular object. Okay, um, so I have written WebDriver driver equals to null. That means WebDriver driver instance is not pointing towards any particular object. Okay, now uh, you can write like this. You can point. I'll comment out this thing completely. Now, depending on the browser type, this driver has to point towards either new Firefox, depending on the browser type, or new Chrome driver, or new iDriver. Right. So what we can do is we can put some conditions. I can write if the browser type is equal to dot equals means equals to in Java is Mozilla, then go forward and point this driver to Firefox driver. Else, if the browser type is equal to Chrome, fine, then point the driver to new Chrome driver. Okay, and along with that, set the system property as well, right? I hope you are able to understand this. Okay, and else if the browser type is equal to I, then set the property to iDriver.exe, fine, and initialize I driver. I hope you are getting my point. This driver object can be dynamically associated with a particular Firefox, Chrome, or iDriver, because WebDriver is a single interface and all the three classes are implementing the interface. Okay, out here previously phone was the interface, Nokia phone was the class implementing the interface. So you could have written phone P equals to new Nokia phone, right? Same thing I have done over here, but a little bit of difference. The interface reference is driver, and I am dynamically as giving it association with a particular driver class, that is Firefox, Chrome, or I. Fine. Now, if the string type is Mozilla, later on I'll read this from Excel file. I'll not hard code this. Okay. If I run this, if this is Mozilla, then Mozilla will open up. Hold on. Alright, and if I change it to Chrome, then Chrome will open. Okay, now because functions in all the three browsers are same, after opening the browser, if you write anything, for example, I write driver.get the URL http gmail.com. So whichever browser is there, it will navigate to Gmail because the functions with the driver will be the same from the WebDriver interface. Okay, I hope you are understanding my point. This is very logical. Okay, whatever functions you write over here, all will be common for all the browsers which you open because every browser class is implementing the WebDriver interface and the functions come from that particular interface. Okay, if I execute this, Chrome will open and it will take you to Gmail. You see that? Fine. Now the question comes up how to identify elements. Okay, what are the various identification mechanisms? Suppose I have to go to Gmail and then I have to enter my user ID, password, whatever it is, right? Fine. So till now, whatever we have studied, any doubts from that, guys? Any question in your mind? Any doubt? So which one is recommended? I can't understand you. Which one? What do you mean by which one, Milind? In the this one we do it like this, right? We dynamically open the browser. Practically we do it like this. In the previous one I just created separate objects for separate browsers. If you just have to test on one browser, then it is fine. You can write like this. But if your requirement says that you have to dynamically change the browser as per the input in the test, right? Then you have to do like this. Look, I'm not telling you out here how to make test cases, how to generate reports, okay, how to run test cases in batch, all that thing, all that stuff will come up. Okay, what I recommend all people is that always learn the tool first, go for the basics, right? I know everybody is into testing over here, almost everybody is having some kind of experience, background, exposure to the real-time applications, fine, how big they are, how complex they are. So don't actually jump over to the final product, right? Learn the tool first, learn the features of the tool, learn how it works. Then you can think of those stuff that how to generate reports, how to work practically. Fine. At least learn the features of the tool, right? So that's the thing. And uh, uh, and also concentrate on Java because most of the people that try to skip Selenium. For those of you who have already paid for the course, or I hope you have got your usernames and passwords. If you have not got the username and password, please let me know. I'll send you the username and password for watching the videos. I think the 3-4 guys who registered yesterday, everybody got the ID, right? So, alright, fine. Right. Now, going forward on the topic of how to identify the elements. Okay, look, Selenium has got various identifying mechanisms. These are technically known as locator strategies. Okay, if you go to seleniumhq.org, and if you go to the download section, there is a Java doc, right? The thing is, in this Java doc, there is a class known as by. In this by class, you have various locator mechanisms in which you can identify objects by the class name, by the CSS selector, right, or ID of the element, link text of the element, name, partial link text tag, name, XPath. So we'll be studying all of this stuff. Okay, we'll study all of this, and okay, okay, you are experiencing problems in I. Yesterday I told, okay, fine, you were not there yesterday. For I, it's better you turn off protected mode settings for all the zones, or you bring them at the same level. Just go to Google and type in protected mode settings in I8, I9, whatever it is. Go and better turn it off. Okay. So look at this and follow the instructions. Look at this link and you will come to know. You have to change the protected mode settings to same levels. I generally tell people to turn it off for all the levels. Okay, so just follow that. I can't show it to you on my machine because I'm on a server operating system taking the class. I've got i6 with me. Okay, now as I was telling you, this by is the class which has got all the locator strategies, XPaths and all everything. So we will look at them. Before we move forward, you know what? Every time I have to go to the seleniumhq.org site and I have to open up the Java docs from here. You can also import the Selenium Java docs into Eclipse. Okay, all you need to do is, what I'm going to do is, I am going to import the documentation of Selenium, that is Java docs, into Eclipse. Okay, so all you need to do is that you need to go and copy this link location for Java doc. Okay, copy this link location, then go to the properties of the project and library section in which you have all the jar files. In these jar files, get the jar file for Selenium Java 2.31.jar, this one. Okay, expand it and there's a Java doc location over here. Fine, double click on it and give the URL. Okay, give the URL over here and remove index.html. Remove index.html from the end, click on OK. Okay, that's it. Documentation of Selenium has been imported inside Eclipse. Now suppose if I move my mouse over Firefox driver, I'll get a window which will tell me what this does. Similarly, if I write driver dot, I get various functions. If I click on any one of the functions, you get the description of that function inside Eclipse. So this minimizes our reference to Java documentation. Otherwise, Java documentation is important. It is used. You will have to go to the site as well. Look, if I click on web element over here, the documentation will open inside Eclipse only. Okay, you can go for frame view and see that you can open it in Eclipse. Right, this is very helpful because you don't have to open seleniumhq.org again and again. You can maximize it, you can check out the classes, then you can click on the other tab, go to your code, whatever you want to do. Alright, so fine. Now how to identify the elements? I'll talk about that. I'll talk about it tomorrow because as I told you in the beginning of the class, today I'll be just able to take a class for half an hour. I have some urgent work I need to travel, right? So tomorrow you'll be getting the invitation. A new URL will be sent out to everybody, and make sure you have revised everything. Fine. Also, I'll be uploading the recorded session